The pedal that we're going to check out today was made to bring the filth. I'm talking about the new version of the Lichtlaerm Audio Total Distortion Worship. This beast over here. And let me tell you, this thing is awesome. It's quite versatile and it can bring many shades of filth. Let's jump in right away with a demo song using this pedal through the Tube Workshop Lulis amplifier. Take a listen. Alright, awesome. So that was my ESP LTD Phoenix-7 Baritone with the Fishman Fluence modern pickup in it, tuned to drop A flat with the active voicing of the Fishman through the new Lichtlaerm Audio Total Distortion Worship and into the Lulis on the JTM mode with the bright and deep switches on. I changed the settings a little bit throughout, but it's basically just like a low gain, clean to low gain crunch setting with the pedal adding most of the filth. The amp was being fed through my RedSeven Amplification Amp Central reactive load and into an ML SoundLab Reflex Mic 77 IR. And yeah, sounded really cool and definitely unique. So this pedal is a collaboration between Lichtlaerm Audio and Cult Effects. And as far as I've understood, there will be two versions of this pedal. And I think that this version looks absolutely killer with the graphics. So Lichtlaerm Audio, they always make pedals with beautiful graphics. So they always look cool, and in terms of the features, they always have a lot of stuff going on and a lot of very useful controls for shaping your tone. I'm going to dissect the tones of the intro song in a minute, but first let's take a look at the features that this pedal has to offer. So of course, it's a distortion pedal. It's not really like a modern amplifier amp in a box style pedal. It's more geared towards really filthy stuff, so very sludgy and for dissonant chords and stuff like that. Yeah, it does the job. So on the right side over here, we have the gate control. The gates from Lichtlaerm Audio are always excellent, and this will help keep your playing tight and keep the noise out of your signal. Then we have the level control up here, and then the gain control, obviously for adding more filth. And next to the gain control over here, we have the cut control. This is also a feature that is unique to the Lichtlaerm Audio pedals. This basically cuts the low end and makes the tone more tight and more modern, basically. Especially for low-tuned instruments, this feature can be quite handy. And then over here on the right side of the pedal, we have the boost section, which can be enabled with the boost foot switch. And on top here, you basically have the boost control, which controls the amount of boost that you're adding, and the focus control. Now, you can kind of see this boost as a type of tube screamer. When you set focus to the middle or lower, it's more neutral and more thick. And when you add focus, you basically are adding mid-range in front of the distortion, so it's getting more tight, percussive, and gnarly, basically. So that's a really cool function that this pedal has. So if you have a section of your song where you want a little bit more filth, then you can engage the boost. And then, of course, one of the standout features of this pedal is the 5-band graphic EQ in the middle over here, which is very handy for shaping the tone. And as I did in the intro, you can also use that to get some more extreme sounds out of the pedal. So we have a bass, a low mid, a high mid, and a treble slider, just for shaping the tone in any way you want, basically. Very cool. And of course, you've got your in and output, and that's it, and your 9-volt DC jack. So for the intro song, of course, we went into the Lulis by Tube Workshop, a really cool amplifier. And as I said, I went into the JTM mode, which is a great mode, as a pedal platform with a very light crunch. So just basically slightly broken up with the bright and deep switches on. And then I added the pedal with the boost on, not too extreme settings, just sort of slightly modern, but still quite filthy. And ever so slightly bumping up the mids with the EQ, adding a little bit of cut, and as I said, the boost to add some focus and clarity. Let's take a listen to the isolated guitars of that section for a second. Check it out. Nice, so that sounded really good. In the second section, I tried to get a sort of really nasty chainsaw sound. So I used some quite extreme settings with a lot of gain. And what I did was I cranked up the EQ for the high mid, the treble, and the mid, so for that really gnarly upper mid-range sound. And then I also added the boost for even more kick. And this is really an extreme sound. Let's take a listen. Yeah, that definitely is quite extreme and gnarly, like a chainsaw. I love how this pedal can do that too. It really pushes the amp into overdrive, if you know what I mean. And then for the final section, I wanted a more fat tone. So I turned off the boost and just added a bunch of gain on the pedal. And I also cranked all the EQ sliders there for an extra kick, just to add more output to the pedal, basically. Take a listen. All right, pretty cool. What I want to do now is use the same signal chain, so this pedal into the Lulis, but I'm going to grab my Schecter Solo 2 custom guitar tuned to E or drop D, just your standard tuning. And then we're going to just twist some knobs so you guys can hear how all the controls affect the tone and stuff. Take a listen. Alright, so that sounded pretty darn good, and again, quite filthy if you want it to be. But you can also get some crunch tones or more modern and tight tones. Really cool. So yeah, that was the Lichtlaerm Audio Total Distortion Worship. I did the limited edition of this pedal on the channel a year ago or so, which was a lot of fun, but they tweaked this pedal so it sounds even better now and even more filthy. And yeah, I must say that I'm really enjoying this pedal a lot. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below because I'd love to know. Also hit the like and subscribe buttons as that really helps the channel out. And if you want to buy something to support the channel, you can check out my affiliate links and buy something at no additional cost. Of course, also check out the Lichtlaerm Audio website for more information on this pedal. And thanks so much to Lichtlaerm Audio for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. And of course, you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks so much for watching and I hope to see you soon. Cheers!